Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Canopy Ranch. So last night we got like 1.5 to 2 inches of snow, and then it's supposed to kind of continue snowing today and tonight. I don't think we're supposed to get a lot more snow. I think last night was kind of like the big hit of it. You know, the big storm come through last night. Only got like maybe 2 inches at the most in some places, but got the watering the pigs this morning. This one pig with the hurt leg, she's doing a lot better. She gets up and eats and drinks, and she acts just fine. She's not putting a lot of weight on that leg yet, but I think that she's every day seems like she's putting a little bit more weight on it. So she's slowly getting better, I think. But I've still got her separated from the other pigs just because I don't want them messing with her and to hurt her worse. But I put in hay for them at the beginning of this week, so they got plenty of hay in here to burrow into and stay warm. And then same goes for that other pig. I put in hay for him at the beginning, same time I did for these guys at the beginning of this week, and so he should have plenty in his little house. So I'm gonna run over there and water him quick. He's not awake yet. I don't blame him. It's cold. It's supposed to be like a high of like 13 today, I think. Ugh. Like a high of 13 today, and then 4 degrees tonight, then a high in the teens tomorrow too, and then single digits tonight. Like the next 4 nights we're gonna get really cold weather, and we're gonna get single digits at night. So it's gonna be really cold. I want to make sure that my pigs have plenty of hay to burrow into to stay warm, and that they'll be all right. I guess we could go over here and see what he's up to. I'm sure he's sleeping. Oh. Hey, what are you doing? Morning. Good morning. This little Ford Ranger is a sweet pickup, and it's really good on gas, and it's pretty reliable. I've never had it not start for me unless it was like -20, so it's a good little pickup. The only thing that sucks is that the heater only works if you're going like 25 miles an hour or faster. If it's just sitting here idling, I'm sure it's like, it's warmer than the air outside, but it's still like cold air, you know? So it'll still like keep your windows defrosted, but it sure won't warm you up. Your feet will be cold. Sometime today we're actually going to run up to St. Ange because we got some more calves bought. So our order buyer, like when we give him our order, you know, we tell him, you know, what weight range of calves we're looking for, how much we want to pay, and how many we want. So we weren't quite to the how many we want yet, that we had told him how many we wanted. Weren't quite there yet, so we actually got some more bought. This is a little later than we usually get them, but that's okay. You know, we got more calves, so hopefully we can get up there to get them picked up today. Hopefully the roads aren't too bad. Should be all right. We'll just take her slow, and I think we'll have to take 2 loads, or 2 trips anyways, 2 loads. So, but anyway, after chores, we're gonna get everything ready and head up there. The sheep have been doing pretty good. They've been staying warm, and they got that open face shed is still open to them so that they can get in there out of the wind. I think so. They're getting bred. On some of them, I've seen some evidences that looks like they'd been bred. So hopefully they're all getting bred. And then I think, well, it's January now. It's after the new year. That buck, I'm returning him like the middle of January sometime. So like another week and a half that he'll be in there. So hopefully he's already got them all covered. That'd be nice. And then hopefully get some lambs in the spring. We got this old pickup started pretty good for being really cold. We got a bale loaded on the back of it. Cole and I are gonna head out and roll this bale out for the cows, go up on a hill and push it off for the cows, so that they've got a little bit of hay to eat this morning. Dad is getting the pen ready for the calves that we're gonna go and pick up today, so that we can, you know, get hay in the feeder for them, and then roll out a bale for them so they got some warm hay to lay in when they get here behind the windbreak, and kind of get them comfortable here. Okay, so we just got back with half of the calves. The first load anyway. And I don't think we're not gonna make it back up for a second load today. We thought we were going to, we were gonna try to, but the roads are not the best. Like, you know, the first half of the trip up there is, the roads are all right, they're not bad. Obviously it's still snowing and blowing, but the second half of the trip, the roads get icy and it's not really worth it. So we're just gonna wait till tomorrow to go up and get them. And you know, it's not like they're not getting fed or nothing. They're getting fed and taken care of by the sale barn there. So they'll be all right till tomorrow, and then we'll get back up there when the roads are a little better, and don't have to worry about getting ran into or something. Saw some accidents and cars in the ditch and all kinds of stuff, and you know, there's an accident on the side of the road and cars in the ditch and people are still blowing by you like you're standing still because they're in a hurry to get somewhere, I guess. I don't know, but we're just not gonna take the risk. We'll wait till tomorrow, go back up and get them. Good morning. It's the next day now, and we got like 3 to 4 inches of snow overnight, so that's cool. And yeah, we ended up getting like 1 to 2 yesterday. Now we got another 3 to 4 on top of that. We got like close to 4 to 5 inches of snow. 5 inches in some places, 4 in most places. But yeah, it snowed good last night, and it's 4 degrees right now, so that's fun as well. So looks like Dad's got Bobcat going, and he's doing chores this morning. I need to go check on my pigs, make sure they stayed warm last night, make sure they're all right. And yeah, I don't know. Wonder if we should have went and got them calves yesterday. You know, went back for our second load. I don't know. Hopefully, I think our plan is we're gonna wait till like noon, and then hopefully the snow will be done, and they'll have some plows out, and hopefully it'll mostly be cleaned up by then, and then hopefully we can just get up there, get that second load of calves and get them home. But we will we'll find out. So these calves that we got bought yesterday, or that we went and picked up yesterday, they weighed 450 pounds, and the ones that we had bought before weighed 450 pounds about 2 months ago. So roughly, they're probably close to the same weight, all the ones that we have bought. And so they fit on with each other really well, which is good. We did end up paying a little bit more for these newer ones, but that's, I mean, when it all evens out, it evens out good, you know, across all the calves per head price. And you know, we have 2 months that we didn't feed these calves, so that's, you know, there's a lot of factors you can add into it, but I think we're okay with what we paid for them anyway. But they look pretty good. They seem pretty content this morning. They're all up eating, which is good. But yeah, they should fit on good with the ones that we already have bought. So last winter we were wanting to get calves bought, and we never did, and we were always hoping we would have got some. But this winter we got some finally, and so we're actually kind of tight on room right now because we ended up weaning our heifer calves the same time that we weaned our steer calves. Usually we wait to wean our heifer calves till we sell our steer calves. It's kind of what we had been doing the last 2 years. This year we decided to change it up just because of how dry it was the second half of the summer, and having these calves on the cows was really taking a lot out of the cows. So we decided to get these calves, all the calves off of them, so then we could just focus on the cows, get some weight put back on them, and get them looking a little better, and get them wintered well, and then they should have plenty of time to recover before they start having calves, which they should start calving the beginning of May. So this like half bale feeder that I got set up for the sheep here works pretty good, but they kind of get, you know, they eat it down along the perimeter, and then there's still some hay left in the middle here, and only this one and this one are small enough that they can fit in there. All the other ones are not small enough to fit in there to get to the hay like these ones do. I don't know why this guy ain't nice enough to just pull a little hay forward for him, but he's not. So anyway, I just come down here and move the hay forward for them with the pitchfork and check their water, and other than that, they look all right. These guys have had, I bought them in August, and they've had coats on them, really good wool coats on them for dog trying to get the sheep. But anyway, I bought them in August. They had really good wool coats on them in August, and they've had wool coats ever since. Obviously, I haven't sheared them, so it's good to finally see some cold weather because they're actually using their coats. I'd rather see this than 90-degree weather that we did have there for a little while. And these guys are just down here sweating, but I guess I don't know if sheep sweat, but they look like they should be if they weren't. But anyway, I'm glad to finally see some cold weather to where they can actually use their wool for what it's intended for, and don't have to worry about them getting too hot anyway. Dad said the bobcat started right up this morning, so that's awesome. He said that when he started it, the oil temperature said it was like 28 degrees, so that must have been what it was in the shop last night, was about 28 degrees. But it was like 4 degrees outside, and that's before wind chill. So it was cold last night, and it's gonna be cold for like the next 2 days, today and then 2 more days. So it's gonna be chilly for a little while here. But Dad just rolled out 1 bale for these calves. He went back to grab 1 more. He's gonna roll out 2 bales for them. That's what he did yesterday. Worked out pretty good. We're still feeding them in the feed bunks, but a lot of them choose to stay out here rather than come in and eat at the feed bunks. So we're feeding a little less at the feed bunks, and we're giving them 2 bales instead of half a bale that we were giving them. So we're giving them 1.5 more bales than we were giving them, just because they're staying out there more, and because it's cold, a little less picking, and these calves would rather eat this hay than this grass. It's just hard to get them to eat this grass when it's this cold, but they still go out and pick through it, but that's just kind of a learned trait. They need to learn how to eat through the snow and get down there and pick it. So we just want to make sure they have enough to eat, so we're rolling out 2 bales. So yesterday we were able to get that old green pickup started, and run a bale down the creek with it, go across the creek. But since we got so much more snow, it wouldn't be too fun going out across the creek. And since we haven't had it running yet today, it's gonna be pretty hard to get it started. It'll be kind of hard on it. So the Bobcat's already running, so Dad's just gonna grab a bale and take it down the creek and roll it out on this side of the creek. And the cows should cross and come eat it. And then they'll be down in the trees and it'll be a little better that way. But so he's gonna go grab a bale and do that. I'm gonna go de-thaw my mustache. It's cold. Okay, so it's been probably an hour and a half since I last talked to you guys. It's almost 11 o'clock, it's like 10:40, and just got the horse trailer hooked up. I think we're gonna take off and head up there. Probably gonna have to drive fairly slow. I don't think the roads are the best yet, but they're not horrible. The plows have had some time to be out now this morning, so hopefully they're not too bad. It's done snowing here, so hopefully it looks like it still might be snowing up there, but because we're heading up towards the hills, so obviously it's colder up there and it snows a little longer up there just because of the higher elevation. But hopefully it's a little better when we get up there than it was yesterday. The wind shouldn't be blowing as bad as it was yesterday, and it's hopefully not snowing as bad as it was yesterday. So, but anyway, we're gonna get headed that way. Made it back with that second load of calves, so that's all we got to go get. Hopefully, well, we're done now for this year anyways. So we got all the calves we wanted now. I can confirm that the roads were a lot better today. It's a good thing we waited till today to go up. This morning was I thought maybe it'd be a little iffy, but they ended up being a lot better today. So I'm looking for a little advice maybe. Or I don't know if any of you guys watching have ever bred and raised pigs before and ferreted them out and all that stuff, or maybe you have somebody who does that could give me some information. But I'm wondering, I think I'm supposed to start, now that this sow is bred, I'm supposed to start rationing her feed daily so she doesn't eat too much. And so she probably weighs like 250 pounds roughly. And she'll be a year old in February, and so I'm wondering, that age and that weight, how much do I give her every day? How much do I ration exactly, or maybe I don't even need to ration, I don't know. But like with an automatic feeder, I'm afraid she's just gonna get too fat and have troubles in her pregnancy. And I think that then there's other places where I've seen that too. So I'm just wondering for some advice. I don't know if anybody watching knows anything like that or not, but if you do, comment it down below, and yeah, it'd be greatly appreciated anyways. Got to make sure I get my buckets tied up today. The wind's supposed to gust to 40 miles an hour. this buck that I leased, I'm gonna be returning him pretty soon. And it's the middle of January now. Well, close to the middle of January. I think it'll be like next week when I return him. So that will be the middle of January when I return him. And so he should have been in here for about 45 days then, by the time I return him next week. So I think that that was enough time for him to catch 2 heat cycles. So they should be bred. There's only 10 of them that he had to cover anyways. So he should have been able to get it all done, I think, pretty easily. So anyway, hopefully they're all bred now, and hopefully they're all bred to him instead of the little guy that we banded, because he's pretty small. So the lambs out of him would be, I think they'd be tiny little things. And the little guy that we banded, he's a hair sheep. And this one that I leased, he's a wool sheep. He's a Rambouillet buck. And these are Suffolk's ewes. So the Suffolk's ewes are, I'm pretty sure they're mainly for meat, but they're also for wool as well. But the Suffolk's and Rambouillet cross is a desired cross because the Rambouillets are known for their wool and the Suffolk's are known for their meat. So then you get the best of both worlds with that cross. So hopefully the babies out of these ewes will be pretty good looking sheep. So since the tractor's broke down for the grinder, we've just been pulling the Bobcat up to this door and shoveling out the grain into the bucket, and that actually works pretty good. It's not too bad. But the reason why, and I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see this or not, but oh, you guys can see it better than I can. Anyway, the grain is all stoved up in there. So grain's all stoved up in there, and that's why we wanted to really feed it heavy and get this stuff out of here, because obviously it had a decent little bit of moisture in it when we put it in there, and so now it's all stuck together up in there. So we need to get it all out of there before it gets any worse than it already is, and then we can get this cleaned out and then fill it with some fresh stuff. Today is Dad's birthday, so you guys gotta head down to the comments and wish him a happy birthday. But after you comment, you can come back and watch the rest of the video though. So we're gonna get some waters going here, and then once we get the waters going, finish feeding a little bit of grain and rolling out a bale or two, which I don't know if Dad's done that yet or not. And then we're gonna head down the creek and roll out some electric fence and get it set up so we can continue to rotational graze the cows through the pieces. And I think we're gonna, if that old green pickup starts, we're gonna load a bale on it to take down for the cows too. Yesterday it was like mid 30 degrees, I think really close to 40 degrees. And so we got it melted, a decent amount of snow, but now it's melted and like just turned to ice, you know, it's just hard. And then last night we were supposed to get a little bit of rain. I don't know if it ever happened or not, because we weren't supposed to get like a lot, just a little bit. But I had a couple puddles in my house, and I'm pretty sure it was probably from some rain last night. So I think we got a little bit of rain, and so of course that just melted some more snow too. But so we kind of got a little bit of mud going on, but it ain't too bad. It's like I said before, I'd rather deal with the mud than dust and dryness any day. You know, there's a science behind setting water tanks in the morning to the perfect amount of water coming out, because it's halfway full right now, so you want it to fill up, but you got to anticipate them coming to drink, so you want to fill it up faster than you'd regularly want to fill it up, because they're going to come drink it down, and then you want to fill it fast again. So there's a science to it. Cole was getting her dialed in, but then he left, so I guess I got to figure it out now. He didn't leave me no notes. All right, so should have enough posts here to do another half-mile stretch of electric fence for the cows. And then we got wire as well. So Dad got a bale loaded. So we're gonna get this pickup started and head down there, put up some electric fence, and get the cows ready to move. All right, 5 pumps. That you should fire off. Every time. So Dad and Cole rolled up this half-mile spool yesterday, and there was ice on the wire, so it made the roll a lot bigger. So it didn't fit on our half-mile spool, so they had to roll it up on a piece of wood they found. So we got to roll all that out by hand first, which Dad thought was a couple 100 yards, and then we can use the actual spool the rest of the way. But we're gonna get this, we rolled out that bale for him in this piece. We're gonna get this wire up. Then as soon as we get this wire up, we're just gonna go ahead and let him out into this piece, because we hate this, so we really don't want them to graze it too hard. So we're just gonna give them this whole piece so they can hit it pretty light. And then we'll be able to move them into this piece here, the next piece down, which is just grass. So then they can graze this pretty good. Okay, so we got it all rolled out. I hope this microphone is working for the wind today, because it's kind of blowing pretty good down here. But got it all rolled out by hand. So now we got this all set up, hooked up to the wire on the headache rack. So we'll unroll that, get some tension on it. Then we'll come back and put all these fiberglass posts in once we get her all strung up and a little bit of tension on it. So there was ice on the line, on the wire when they reeled it up, so it took up a lot more room because of the ice. Well, then all the ice melted on the wire, so then it suddenly had a whole bunch more room on the reel, but that just created a whole bunch of bird nests in there, and it just made it a mess to unreel. So Dad's hammering in the posts before me, and then I'm coming along and putting the wire on them. So really all you do is you just take it, take the wire and you wrap it around the post. It's really hard to do with one hand. And then it stays pretty good just with the tension on it. So these posts actually came with a little cap to use when you're hammering them in, that little black cap that Dad has. And you do that because otherwise, if you don't, it'll just mushroom out the top of them, like this guy here. See how that top of that one's mushroomed out? Because they're just fiberglass posts, so they're not like super strong, you know. So that little cap helps to keep the top together, and you know, then the hammer don't break out the top of them.
I'll have to get on the other side here at some point.
Yeah, go open that gate. So we got a barbed wire fence here. We got the fence we just strung out. Then we got the fence where they are now. But we got to make the one we just strung out and the one where they are now, we got to make them both hot because they got to go back through this gate and water at the creek, but hopefully be grazing up here. So we got to make a little jumper wire out of some metal wire between the two rolls to make them both hot. Well, I think with that, that's just about gonna do it for this video, guys. So thanks for watching. I know these videos have kind of been jumping around a little bit from day to day, but it's winter time and we really don't have a lot of exciting stuff going on, you know, from day to day. So I try to capture the most exciting stuff for you guys and put it out there and put together a video for you. So I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying our content. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and the like button. That helps us out a lot. And as always, we'll catch you in the next one.